Hey, welcome to ETW with Coach and Kandi. I'm Kandi Knight.
And I'm Coach Thomas, and we just concluded third episode of the Expect to Win Experience Talk Show. So, Candy, what did you think about tonight's episode?
Tonight's episode was amazing. We got a lot of great information. First, we had Cameron Washington, a running back at a local high school here, and he talked about his experience and what he looked forward to as a high school athlete. And then we had a pro or semi pro, Andrew Herbs, and he told us about his experience playing football for the CFL and the advice that he would give up and coming students and just about the game of football itself. And so, a lot of great information. We always hear about success stories, but we never really hear about advice on how to get there or tips on relationships or just working hard. So, Andrew gave a lot of information, and I'm pretty sure Cameron took that in and is going to use it. So, much
You,
success to both of them. It was awesome.
it was awesome, Candy, and uh, being the owner of Expect to Win, and I remember when I first started in business, it was hard to get
Hmm.
anybody to give me any kind of advice. I mean, I'm telling you, it was like, I was asking people for money or something, and all I wanted was
Right.
advice how to do it.
Yeah.
So for these
Yeah.
young people to have, someone coming on here to have this vehicle, this is valuable. I mean,
It
I hope
is.
I hope they realize how valuable this is.
Very valuable. And I think Cameron got himself a mentor.
Yeah,
So we hooked
yeah,
it up for him. I mean, you never know who's watching, you never know who's willing and able. And I think a lot of young people need to understand just ask. A
yeah.
lot of people that have been there or that are where you want to be are just waiting to share the knowledge. And we want each other to win.
And
So it's awesome.
And even for the last episode with Dino Smiley in the Drew League, he
Hmm.
wants Mariah to play in the female league at the
Which is,
Drew League. And the first episode, Bo Thomas, that has had over 200 views on
yeah, that's
that
awesome.
video.
Look,
So
Bo's a superstar in his own right. Okay, we love Bo. So shout out to Bo.
shout out to Bo Thomas. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but it's an awesome. I mean, the Expect to Win Experience TV show is an awesome platform, and I think the more shows we have, the more athletes that come in, the more they'll gain. I mean, it's always good to get these tips while you're coming up. I wish I had
yes.
I wasn't a student athlete, but just as a student getting ready to go into the profession, a lot of people that I could get advice from. And Andrew mentioned having a mentor. So that's, it's great. It's great to see. And it's great to shine a spotlight on these high school athletes. They need shine too.
No, Candy. One of the things I always think big. I'm trying to think, how can we, you know, take on the world? And one of the things I think is so cool, and believe it or not, I had a dream about this the other night. You know how, like, on Netflix, when I guess it's in the pause mode and it's
Hmm.
that, to me, that looks so cool. And I had a dream we were on there. They were
All
showing
right.
us in there, the expect to win experience. Because I told my son the other day, I said, yeah, I had a dream. We got a $10 million offer from Netflix. So
On Netflix, we are ready.
yeah, we
Okay.
want everybody at Netflix.
we,
We ready to do this and
yeah.
take this, global, because I really do, like I said, this is a behind the scenes look of, of what who we are, and I really believe, I do not doubt whatsoever that this show is going to have young people from around the world, and we're going to have uh, the LeBron James and the
Hmm.
Kyrie Irvings and the Des Bryants and and the Clayton Kershaws. I mean, they're going to be
Yeah,
playing.
whoever,
Yeah,
all kinds of athletes. And let me put my disclaimer in. We're going to have a couple of Alabama athletes to come in. Okay,
yeah,
roll tide. I've taken to athlete Calvin Ridley, and he plays for the Falcons now. And I've been following him and his story since he played at Bama. So, Calvin, we're coming for you. We're going to talk to you one day. I'm throwing that out there.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And this is so. What did you take anything personally from tonight's show, Candy?
I would have to agree with Andrew when he said it's all about who you know and who you build relationships with. And I think about how I got my start in radio, starting in college, and I got my first radio job outside of college based off of who I knew. I went to do a contest, a random contest, and I didn't win. It was at a radio station. But the person that won, I think, couldn't do the job for some reason. And the person, the manager, whoever was holding the contest, called me. And so that's how I got my job. And then from there, a coworker brought me to another station. And so it's all about building relationships and who you know. Of course, mentors are great as well. I'm in transition prayerfully from
Hmm.
radio and the television. And so I had to seek out a few mentors, and they have been great in helping me in that process. And so we don't know everything. And in the industry that we're wanting to go into, it's important that we speak to those people who are there already, who can give us some insight or who can help us or who they may have friendships or networks with. So that's what stood out to me the most.
What Candy? What is because I'm always curious about this with everybody, anybody. Uh, what was one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome? Because radio is not an easy field to get into either. So,
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
what was one of
Uh,
the biggest obstacles you faced?
Um, for me, which it wouldn't apply to everyone, is I had my daughter in college, and so having to be a mom and having to balance schoolwork and then still wanting to be ambitious. You know, a lot of people they have their child at, young and they want to drop out and their dreams are shattered, and it's all about being focused and staying focused. And so I would take her with me sometimes to the radio station. So she was a little radio baby, and she would see me work, and now she's that same ambitious, and thankfully and hopefully she won't follow my footsteps in that way. But she's very ambitious, and so having to put on those hats and kind of balance everything has been a challenge. But you persevere and you still work hard for your dreams, and you kind of just figure it out, and it makes you want to work harder. You have that young person looking up to you, or they're watching. So that has been one of my challenges, being a mom and trying to balance the career aspect.
I want to share a story, Candy, that even when I do motivational speeches, people say how much it encourages them.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I always wanted to do, uh, I wanted to produce the Entertainment Industry Summit at the Los Angeles Black Business Expo.
That's pretty big.
That was the biggest black event in Los Angeles.
That's
I
awesome.
wanted it. I want Candy. I wanted it bad. I wanted it bad. And I can tell you how I wanted it so bad. A friend of mine had the job and she got fired. And
Uh-oh.
she got mad because I went after it after her.
Oh, but you're a go-getter now.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh yeah,
definitely.
you'll get it.
So anyway, when I found out about the opening, I put together my presentation and all of that, and I got an interview, and so I go down. I mean, I'm suited and everything. I'm
All
looking.
right, suited and
I
booted.
want this so bad, and so I go and I had to interview with the publicist, and I'm gonna say her name. Her name was Arcedra Person Lynn. I say it
All
because
right.
we're the best of friends now. But
Okay.
when I went into interview, when I tell you this woman cut me down
Oh wow.
to the brake pads. I mean, it was like she basically looked me in the face and told me, I don't like your publication and I really don't like you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, what did that do for you?
Kandi, well, and see, and with this position, you could only interview one time a year.
Mm,
And so, but I'm going to show you how, when God is with you, he's with you.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I was so mad. I went and sat in my car and I cried.
Oh,
I was devastated because I came in there. I was prepared.
you were ready,
I was
ready.
ready. I was ready. Oh my God. I'm hoping I don't get emotional. I don't want to get
Oh.
emotional. But I said, you know what? I sat in my car and I said, either I can let this woman win,
Mm-hmm.
come back next year and try again.
I
I made
love
up
it.
my mind to come back the next year. This time, I had a couple of watches made with my logo on it, and
All
I'm
right
gonna give
now.
the director one. I'm gonna give her one. I got the magazine. I am ready. And so I went in there, and Cedra looked at me and she said, "You can come every year. You're not gonna get the job."
uh,
I was like, the same thing happened.
wow.
The same thing, Kandi. The same thing happened. So that was a short interview. I went to the elevator and I'm standing at the elevator waiting for the elevator. I said, you know what, God, I can't take this no more because I'm gonna end up hurting this woman. Because he's attacking me
We can
personally.
only take so much.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't do this anymore. A brother came out of one of the doors. His name was Dean Jones. Dean Jones ended up being one of my writers at my newspaper.
All right. Shout out to Dean.
He came out and he said, James, he said, I heard what Cedra said, and I think she was kind of hard on you. He said, I'm not supposed to do it, but Harold Hambrick passed away a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Harold Hambrick was the man. The only person higher than him at the Black Expo was God.
Oh,
Harold
wow.
Hambrick was,
All right.
if you got Harold's stamp of approval, it didn't even
You're in
matter.
there.
You in there. And so anyway, he said, I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm going to go in and see if Harold will see. And I said, Dean, man, thank you. So I said, here, take the one. He said, no, give it to Harold because I don't know what he's going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and he comes out. He says, Harold said he'll give you 2 minutes.
All right.
So, Kandi, I go in Harold's office. His office was overlooking Crenshaw. And so he never turned around and looked at me.
Mm.
He never, he said, young man, why should I let you have the entertainment industry summit? That's one of the biggest parts of the expo. You got to bring in the celebrities, put
Mm-hmm.
together the entertainment industry seminars and all of that. And I just sold myself to him. I said, Mr. Hambrick, if you give me this chance, I promise you, nobody will ever do it. Nobody has ever done it as good as I'm gonna. I
All
just sold
right.
that 2 minutes. And he said, if I decide to give it to you, somebody will be in touch with you, just like that. And I said, well, here's a gift, Mr. He never looked at me, Cam. Never turned around and looked. He kept looking out the window. And so I thanked Dean. He said, what happened? I said, well, I just did the best I could. By the time I got home, I had a message on my answering machine in my office. It was from this lady, Miss Ruth. I love Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth called and said, James Thomas, congratulations. You the new
Wow.
and I did
Awesome.
10 years. 10 years. And when I wrote my book, 5 Minutes of Motivation. And I asked Cedra to write one of the forewords.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, she said, I'm shocked. I gave James such a hard time. I'm surprised he even asked me to write this. But as you're gonna learn in this book, never underestimate James Thomas.
That's
So
right.
that was one of my many obstacles, but that one right there. And by the time Harold passed away, me and Harold Hambrick was I had his home phone number, his cell phone
Oh,
number.
wow. That is
He was so
awesome.
high, you know.
Listen, you
So
had that elevator pitch ready.
I was ready. Cause I wanted it so bad, and so to all of the athletes, and even if you're not an athlete, don't let no stop you.
Hmm.
Keep going for it. So we supposed to go 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes and
Oh,
30 seconds. But
you're fine. But that is a great story. So let's talk about the future. The next episode, next couple episodes, we've still got a shirt to give away. So make sure you
yes,
like, comment, subscribe. Expect to Win TV. You can also follow us on Expect to Win TV show or Expect to Win show on Twitter and Instagram.
right.
And share, like. This is the behind the scenes chat about our most recent show we did tonight with Cameron Washington, Andrew Ebbs.
Yeah, yeah. And also go to the website www.expecttowinathleticaa.com, and then also if you are a young person and you want to play sports and for some reason you know financially you're not able, reach out to us. We are putting together the Expect to Win Foundation, and what the Expect to Win Foundation is going to do is we will uh, pay. We give grants. We give grants for things like fees and shoes and all of that. So we're building an empire over here at Expect to Win.
That's
So
right. That's
you
right.
know, if you are a young person and your coach or athletic director has to refer you, but reach out to us, and you can reach us. What is the email address? Expect to win TV show
Yes, at Yahoo.
at Yahoo. Expect to win TV show at yahoo.com. Expect to win TV show at yahoo.com.
Hmm.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Well,
it. Thanks for tuning in. This is our after show ETW. I'm your girl Kandi Knight. Follow me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Candy on Air, and my lovely co-host.
and I'm Coach Thomas, and you can just look me up at J Thomas Luxury, and that will lead you to all things Coach Thomas.
All
All right.
right. And,
All right. Good
all
night,
right.
everyone.
Good night. That's it. Expect to win.